You know what's funny about horror movies? Everyone's a survival expert from their couch. Just don't go in the basement. Why would you split up? Well, today I'm gonna crush your main character syndrome with 10 supernatural entities from 10 different horror movies that would absolutely wreck you. The scariest part, the deadliest one at the end isn't even what you'd expect. It's got a 100% kill rate, and your plot armor, yeah, it's thinner than you think. If you're already typing, not me though, I'm built different, in the comments, hit pause, hit the like button, and subscribe. Because by the end of this video, you'll realize that the only thing scarier than these monsters is how wrong you are about to be about surviving them. Trust me, your built different is not built for this. Let's start with what everyone thinks is the easy mode of supernatural threats. The entities from Ghostbusters. You're probably thinking, really? The movie with the giant marshmallow man? Yeah, I see you in the comments already typing, but they're just funny ghosts. Let me explain why you wouldn't last 5 minutes in this universe. And no, your engineering degree or your anime training wouldn't save you. First up, we're not dealing with your friendly neighborhood Casper here. We're talking about Gozer, an ancient god that can literally choose any form to destroy you with. Remember what happened when the characters had to make that choice? One random thought about a marshmallow mascot turned into a 100-foot death machine. Now imagine what your anxiety-riddled brain would cook up. That embarrassing memory from 3rd grade that keeps you up at night? Congrats, it's now 50 stories tall and shooting lightning. I'd just build my own proton pack. Right, because we all have spare nuclear accelerators lying around next to our Christmas decorations. The real Ghostbusters were literal scientists with PhDs, and even they nearly caused total protonic reversal.
That's bad.
That's science talk for goodbye existence. Speaking of which, let's talk about those proton streams. Crossing them is basically hitting the delete button on reality itself. The Ghostbusters almost ended the world by accident multiple times, and they were professionals. Me and you can barely park without having an existential crisis. Come on. But here's the real kicker. Even if you somehow got all of the equipment working, you'd still have to actually catch these things. I've seen all of us try to catch spiders with a cup. Now imagine doing that with a nuclear-powered laser beam against something that can fly through walls and possess you faster than your ex possessed your Netflix account. But hey, if you think Ghostbusters is too easy mode, just wait until you see what our next monster does. At least the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man had the courtesy to be visible. If you're taking a selfie and hated how you look, well, imagine checking your phone and finding pictures of your own dead body. Welcome to Lake Mungo, where your camera roll becomes your obituary. Now, I know what you're thinking. Another ghost story? Please, I've watched them all. But this isn't your standard ghost orb caught on camera situation. This is next level psychological warfare. Just don't go to the lake. Wow, revolutionary thinking there, Chief. But here's the thing. Lake Mungo isn't just about a haunted location. It's about seeing your own future death in crystal clear HD and knowing there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Think about it. Every time you check your phone, every security camera you pass, every Zoom call you join, you might catch a glimpse of your own corpse just chilling in the background. Try doom scrolling through Instagram with that kind of paranoia. Your screen time would drop faster than your will to live. But I just changed my fate. Ha ha. Right, because you're clearly smarter than every other person who's tried that in the history of horror. This isn't Final Destination where you can just avoid tanning beds and roller coasters. This is your own personal ghost showing up to spoil the ending of your life story. But hey, at least with Lake Mungo, you only have to see yourself die once. Our next monster is gonna make you experience death on repeat, like a looping TikTok or YouTube short trend that you can't escape. Think being stuck in a time loop would be fun? Wake up, try something new, eventually figure it out like Bill Murray? Yeah, Triangle is about to make you never want to hit the snooze button again. Now I can already see you in the comments. Just map out every possibility and find the exit pattern. My friend, this isn't your Sunday morning puzzle hunt. This is what happens when time itself decides to bully you harder than the people bullied me as a child. Here's your situation. You're trapped on an abandoned ocean cruise ship. Spooky, but manageable, right? Until you start running into other versions of yourself. Not just one or two, we're talking about enough yous to fill a concert venue. I just work with my other selves to escape. Haha, right, because you're such a team player with yourself. How many decisions do you have to fight yourself on a day-to-day basis? Now imagine trying to coordinate with 50 different versions of you, each one more unhinged than the last. And here's where it gets really messed up. Every single attempt to break free just creates more loops. You're not just dying once, you've become your own kill compilation video. And the best part? You remember every single time. It's like having your most embarrassing memory played on repeat, except the embarrassing part is watching yourself die again and again. But I document everything and solve the pattern. Come on, man, we barely remember our phone passwords every morning. But sure, We'll definitely keep track of infinite timelines while watching ourselves become the speedrun champions of death. The worst part, your consciousness stays intact through it all. Your brain doesn't reset, it just keeps stacking trauma like a Jenga tower of psychological damage. Your therapist would literally need a therapist at this point. But hey, at least on this cruise ship, you've got some room to run around. Our next nightmare, it locks you in an abandoned psychiatric hospital where the building itself is playing a deadly game of floor is lava. Except the floor isn't lava, it's just another entrance to your personal hell. You ever watch those ghost hunting shows and think, wow, these people are so dramatic over literally nothing? Well, Grave Encounters is what happens when the ghosts finally get tired of your 1-star Yelp reviews, decide to turn your paranormal investigation into permanent residency. I can hear you. Please, I've got the night vision cameras and one of those spirit box things from Amazon. Cool equipment, bro. Let's see how this works when the building decides to play Tetris with its own architecture. Here's your nightmare scenario. You're locked in a psychiatric hospital where time just gave up. It's always night, forever. Think that's not so bad? Try pulling an internal all-nighter while the building's playing SimCity with itself. That exit you found? Surprise, it's now a wall. The hallway you came from? Hope you like rock climbing. I just map out the building. With what? Your iPhone's compass app? The building changes faster than my ex updated their relationship status on Facebook. Your carefully planned escape route just becomes abstract art and not the kind that sells for millions. And these ghosts, they're not just here to haunt you. These entities are what happen when trauma gets its own postal code. They don't want to photobomb your selfies like in other entries on our list. They want to make you their new bestie forever in the afterlife. And trust me, they're not making you friendship bracelets. But I'd document everything and it'd be okay. Sure, because angry spirits totally respect your content creation schedule. Your phone's going to have less battery than my will to live after reading the comments section. And that's assuming your ghosts don't turn your $1,000 iPhone into a very expensive paperweight. The real kicker, the longer you stay, the more your brain turns into a scrambled egg. Every door becomes a trust issue. Every wall starts looking suspicious. It's like being designed in a killer escape room. But hey, at least these ghosts are upfront about wanting you dead. Our next nightmare, it's got a whole multi-generational plan for your soul, and spoiler alert, your family tree is about to become kindling for a very different kind of housewarming party. So you've watched a few episodes of ghost hunting shows, and now you think you're actually ready to take on a real haunted house. Let me introduce you to Bathsheba, the witch who's about to turn your paranormal investigation into a permanent retirement plan in the home of death. I already know what you're saying, just cleanse the house with sage. Aw, that's adorable. You think your Etsy crystals and TikTok cleansing rituals are gonna work on a witch who's been terrorizing families since before electricity was a thing? Let's break down your actual situation. You're not just dealing with a haunted house, you're dealing with cursed land. Your property value isn't just dropping, you're doing a speed run to zero. That sage bundle you've bought, might as well try fighting Godzilla with a pool noodle. I'll just call an exorcist. Right, because demon removers are totally available on DoorDash and on a whim. Even the Warrens, who literally had a museum of cursed objects in their basement, almost got deleted trying to handle the situation. Your local psychic who reads palms at the mall isn't exactly qualified for this promotion. Here's the real nightmare fuel. Bathsheba doesn't want to spook you, she wants to possess you and turn you into your family's personal murder playlist. Imagine your mom's passive-aggressive comments at Thanksgiving, except now she's actually trying to turn you into a human sacrifice. Family game night just got way more competitive. Then I'll just move away. Dude, this isn't a real estate problem. It's a witch picked your bloodline as her favorite reality show problem. She's more persistent than your ex who still watches your posts after 2 years later. And good luck researching your way out of this one. You can't figure out why your Wi-Fi keeps dropping home. But sure, you'll definitely crack the case of a century-old curse while dodging possession attempts and trying not to get murdered by your own IKEA furniture. But hey, at least with this witch, you can see what's coming for you. Our next nightmare, it's gonna make you question every mirror you've ever owned. And trust me, your reflection's been waiting a long time for this reunion. You know that thing where you stare at your reflection too long, start freaking yourself out? Well, the laser glass is about to turn your mirror anxiety into a full-blown psychological nightmare. And no, your oddly satisfying mirror cleaning TikTok hacks aren't gonna help you here. Let me guess, just set up cameras everywhere. Adorable. This mirror doesn't just show reflections, it literally rewrites reality. Those fancy cameras you set up, congratulations, you just bought really expensive paperweights. Here's the fun part. This mirror can make you bite into a light bulb while fully convinced it's an apple. Let that sink in. We still get confused by push-pull doors, but you think you can really outsmart something that can literally control-alt-delete your perception of reality? I just prepare backup plans. Right, because Home Alone style traps are totally gonna work when the mirror can make you forget they even exist. This thing's got more mind games than all the 20-year-old exes combined, and it's been practicing them since before Instagram filters were a thing. The real nightmare fuel? Nothing is trustworthy. Is your hand really on fire, or is it fine? It's like having a gaslighting expert living in your house, except this one's been perfecting its craft for centuries. And forget about keeping track of time. This mirror warps hours like your TikTok For You page at 3 a.m. Except instead of losing time to dance trends and funny cat videos, you're watching yourself slowly lose your grip on reality. Then I'll just destroy it. Sure, and I bet you think you can delete all your embarrassing photos from the internet too. This mirror's got better survival skills than a Nokia phone in like a blender. But hey, at least this nightmare stays in one place, right? Our next paranormal monster, it's about to make your cardio routine look like a joke, because no amount of running is gonna save you for what's coming. You know how people say just keep moving forward in life and everything will be okay? Well, It Follows is about to turn that motivational poster in your mom's living room to your worst nightmare. And no, your Fitbit tracking isn't gonna help you escape this one. I can already hear all the fitness bros. Just outrun it. Listen, marathon man, this isn't your local 5K. This entity's got infinite stamina, perfect GPS tracking, and absolutely zero chill. It's like having a stalker X as supernatural cardio in a restraining order that just makes them laugh. Here's the fun part. It can look like literally anyone. Your mom, your best friend, that guy who always takes the last coffee at work, and only you can see it. Try explaining to your friends why you're running from a Girl Scout who's trying to sell you cookies. No guys, I swear that 8-year-old is not trying to kill me. I'll just move to another continent. Cute. While you're dealing with TSA and jet lag, this thing's already walking across the ocean floor like it's taking a sunset beach stroll. The Pacific Ocean is just a really big puddle to this thing. The real nightmare fuel? Every single person walking towards you becomes sus. Is that actually your grandma coming in for a hug? Or is it the entity about to yeet you into the afterlife? Congrats, you now have trust issues with every human out there. Sleep? That's adorable. While you're catching your Z's, it's catching up. It's basically a Terminator powered by anxiety. It absolutely will not stop until you are dead. Your power naps just became power panic attacks. Then I'll just fight it. Yeah, good luck with that UFC strategy against something that literally can't die. What's your backup plan? But hey, at least with the It Follows, you can see death walking towards you. Our next nightmare, it's already dead, lying on a cold metal slab. And trust me, this autopsy is about to reveal why some bodies should stay unexamined. You ever Googled your random symptoms when you're sick at 3 a.m. and convince yourself you're dying? Well, Jane Doe is about to make your medical anxiety look like a paper cut. And no, binge watching Grey's Anatomy with your mom did not prepare you for this. It's just a dead body. What's the big deal? Oh, my sweet, sweet friend. This isn't your standard anatomy class cadaver. This is what happens when a centuries-old witch decides to play dead, and spoiler alert, she not dead. Let's break down your situation. You're locked in a morgue with the world's most suspicious corpse. No decay, no rigor mortis, but inside, every trauma imaginable with zero external marks. It's like someone played Operation on nightmare mode and you just buzzed all of the edges. Just leave. Cute. You think the witch who's been playing dead longer than the Rizzler's been alive is gonna let you just get out of this situation? This morgue isn't just your workplace anymore. It's her escape room, and you're about to become the permanent exhibit. Here's where it gets spicy. She doesn't just wake up. She brings all your other patients at the morgue to the party. Imagine every single dead body at your job coming alive. That's not fun. I'll fight back with my medical equipment because I'm working in a morgue. Right, because your dissection kit and scalpel is totally gonna work against something that took a medieval burning at the stake as a spa day. You're done. But hey, at least Jane Doe waits until you start the autopsy before ruining your life. Our next nightmare, it's been planning your family's destructions before your grandparents met. And trust me, this one's inheritance you can't decline. Now, the paranormal entity that you're definitely not going to survive, the big baddie, well, let me introduce you to the Grams from Hereditary, where family drama means accidentally becoming a vessel for an ancient demon king. And no amount of family therapy sessions are going to prepare you for this level of ancestral trauma. Just don't participate in the cult stuff. Dude, this isn't the girl that you went to high school with trying to sell you crystals to be a part of her MLM. This is Payman, a demon king who's been working on your family's downfall longer than literally movies have been made. Let's break down your actual situation. Your entire bloodline has been carefully curated like some demonic breeding program. That weird thing your grandma always did? Not quirky, it was ritual preparation. Those specific family traditions? Actually, that's demon worship. That antique locket she left you as a cute little gift when she died? Basically, it's a demon's tracking device. I'll just cut off contact with my family. Right, because that always works so well in the history of forever. You think you can just ghost a demon king who's been investing in your bloodline longer than literally everything's been alive? This isn't blocking a weird stalker. This is trying to block a supernatural demon. Here's the real nightmare fuel though. The possession is coming from inside the family. Mom's not just being passive aggressive at Thanksgiving anymore. She's being possessed aggressive. And dad's dad jokes, they're about to get way darker. Like summoning ancient evil darker. And your sister, she's about to lose her head. Then I'll just refuse to cooperate. Cute, do you think free will exists when dealing with a demon who's been planning your life since before movies have been around? This isn't like declining a party invite to a weird family get-together. This is literally being forced to show up. The ultimate plot twist though? Payman doesn't want to kill you. That would be too easy. He wants to wear you like a designer meat suit for eternity. Yeah, dude wants to basically flex your skin like it's Gucci. So, you still think you're built different? Drop a like and subscribe and tell me which monsters you'd easily survive from in the comments. Then click this video on screen to watch your confidence disappear faster than teenagers in a slasher movie. Because these horror movies, you're not surviving them either.